Do you run your dust cover open or closed? Personally, I run mine open because it matches my milsim aesthetic. Maybe that doesn't fit your look or style, but that's okay, because today we're going to talk about how to replace your dust cover or change it to the open or closed position on today's episode of What the Tech. Some of our MTW models have the steel or mil-spec dust cover, and some of them have the polymer dust cover. Good news, these are both compatible with one another, and both of these can be ran open or closed, this needing a small modification. So the first thing we're going to do is remove the rail, because the rail is keeping the dust cover rod from coming out, and now we will have to loosen the barrel nut. A vise is heavily suggested for this. So the next thing we're going to do is pick up on this spring just very lightly. I'm just going to hold up on this just a bit and then push this the rest of the way through. Pull it out from this end. Okay. So if you have the intention of putting this on closed, you may notice it will not close properly if that's there. So what we have done is made a 3D print file for this little replacement that looks exactly like this, so you have the same look, but that's going to pop out. Sometimes these are very small tack welded in place, but that's just going to pop out. So it's likely very bent now. So we're going to straighten it just a little bit. Just put a little super glue around this lip. Doesn't take much. And then we'll pop it into place here. So when this is dry enough to continue, you can put this in the closed position. So the end that does not have the C-clip is going to go in first. Maybe a little bit of a tight fit. And you want to get this about a quarter, maybe a third of the way out, and then we're going to install our spring. It has a short side and a long side. So the long side is going to go to the rod. You want to hold your short side and turn your long side down, and then introduce the long side onto the rod. You're going to start feeding that through, still holding the short side. Make sure that's going all the way through. You may want to lightly tap this into place with a comically large hammer until that C-clip is seated, and then you can let off of that short spring. If the long leg of your spring sticks lower than your upper onto your lower, you can always trim that about 1/8 of an inch, and that will allow it to lay onto your upper and not be damaged by trying to open or close your gun. If you hated this, then you're gonna love the polymer dust cover. It needs no modification. To install this closed, you're gonna lay it on there, covering your ejection port. Feed our dust cover rod in. And it may be a little tight. We're gonna take our small end, turn the big end down, gently seat this in place. Until that C-clip is against that front lug. And now it is in the closed position. To install this open, you would lay this in the open position. We're going to feed this in until it's about a quarter of the way there. We're going to hold our small end, turn our big end downward, feed that side onto the dust cover rod, and then feed the entire rod through the dust cover into this back lug. Just give it a seat, drop that, and now it is open. Whether you like your dust cover open or the wrong way, now you're able to remove it, reinstall it, or put a new one on, open or closed. If you run your dust cover open, like and subscribe. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you out on the field.
Hey Sam, does it matter if the dust cover is open or closed?
You know what? I don't care. Do whatever you want.